Hi, I'm Kelsey Small, and I'm here at the Ooni Test Kitchen in Austin, Texas, and today we're cooking a classic pizza dough recipe in the Ooni Volt. All right, cool. All right, let's do this. We're making a really simple pizza with crushed tomatoes, shredded mozzarella, Parmesan, and oregano. Let's get started making our pizza dough. Now, the classic pizza dough recipe is a very simple dough. This is a great dough if you're starting out making pizzas for the first time. It's a great dough if you wake up in the morning and you want pizza tonight, but you don't have any pizza dough. It takes 4 hours to make. It's a really straightforward recipe. It's really satisfying. So first we're gonna add our water to the mixer and our yeast. And then I have my flour, which is just 00 flour. You can use AP flour if you don't have that. And I have my salt. And I'm just gonna mix my salt in with my flour. So now that I've mixed that, I'm gonna just add it in here. And we're gonna mix this on low speed for about 4 minutes. So our dough's been mixing for about 4 minutes. It's looking like it's put together. We'll just take it off and we're gonna let it rest for about 2 hours. So we're just gonna kind of knead it into a ball real quick. We'll cover it with plastic wrap or you can use a kitchen towel. Our dough's been resting for 2 hours and it's time to form. So we're gonna take it out of our bowl. And we're gonna divide this into 250 gram dough balls. So when I'm forming our dough, I'm basically just pinching it in on itself to form an outer skin. And this is tightening the dough ball, giving it a structure so it proofs evenly. And I roll it in on itself. And when you're doing this, I'm kind of like pushing it underneath to tighten it. I'm not just spinning it in a circle. I'm using my bottom fingers to tighten it and form a nice even dough ball like so. And this is a very simple way of doing it. There's many other ways of forming dough balls. So if you know a different way, do whatever is more comfortable for yourself. So we're gonna cover this and let it proof for 90 minutes. So we've preheated our oven to 650 degrees, and now it's time to stretch and top our pizza. So what we're gonna do is just press straight down, leaving a crust. And we're just gonna kind of slap and just try to like stretch it out. Now a dough like this, when you're making a same day dough, can be a little tight. So if you start stretching it and it feels super tight and it won't come out, it'll just spring back in, give it another 20, 30 minutes and then try again. That's a good way to let the dough relax and then you have a perfectly risen, stretched out pizza. All right, we're gonna top it with some tomato sauce. A little dried oregano. Some shredded mozzarella. And a sprinkle of Parmesan. And now we're gonna cook it in our Volt for 6 minutes. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes and we're about to pull our pizza. All right, we have a beautiful golden brown crust. We have nice melty cheese. The bottom is looking great and cooked. This is a really awesome pizza to make, especially if you're just starting out. It's super satisfying. When you look at it, it looks like a classic pizza and it took 4 hours to make. All right, let's slice it. All right, it's got a nice crunch. Nice crumb, it holds the fold. Great. Very satisfying pizza in 4 hours at your house. For recipes like this and more, head over to ooni.com.